youngest jaded. I got the people screaming. I got the music banging. I got the haters yelling.
Run that back. You got one. Hold it down. Yeah, you got one on this one. Hell yeah. Hold it down. Hell yeah, you got one for shit, nigga. Chill, I got one for you. This shit hard. Shit. Shit hard, nigga.
I got the people screaming. I got the music banging. I got the haters yelling. I'm in the mirror chair.
I was never good at introductions. So we gonna pretend this is the introduction.
Yo, what's going on, man? Ching, man. My name is Jackpot, man. Mr. Jackpot to you, man. Doesn't matter if you're older than me or younger than me, you still have to refer to me as Mr. This is Chey, our host.
Miss Chey.
Miss
K.
Chey K. Get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget the miss.
She owed me like 0.5% off this episode that get made for me just doing this intro. We're going to keep this too. You're not even going to cut it. Like, let's do it. Yo, let's go.
Anyway, I have to kick off this first episode of this podcast or whatever it's going to end up being with you because you're my cameraman to be decided moving forward.
Oh, okay.
And you was basically my co-host last time. Yeah, always in the background talking shit.
Yeah, so there's always as I watch a lot of these successful podcasts, not a lot of them, but a few of them always have like somebody in the background that's kind of joining in on the conversation that don't really want their face seen. And as long as they're adding valuable insight to what's going on, then it works. Like,
yo, those episodes I watched back, I was like, this nigga with the follow-ups was just quick with it.
Yeah,
in
man.
The side comments.
Well, yeah, have fun, man. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, man. You always was just ambitious and doing your own thing. And, you was also on the back end a very supportive person. So you decided that you wanted to do something for yourself and you needed, some assistance, and you supported my photography brand to assist and always paid me to work. Like, they never cheat me or whatever. Like, I appreciate you. Like, watching you work is amazing. Like, you be doing your thing. And I know that we don't, all the work that we do that's not on the actual screen doesn't get recognized at all. Like, but I see you. I've been seeing you from years. Back. Like, keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. Shout out to Promising Talks, episode whatever it's going to be.
The first.
Episode 1.
You got to be the
first. We're going to be lit, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get it right because, there's no blueprint to this.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Recreating the scripts and the schematics and the plans as we doing it.
I just
be
doing shit.
Yeah, like,
that's gonna be the tagline of it. I just be doing shit.
It. Like, we wake up one day and we're like, I think that this would be good for the world, and we start.
Yeah. It's better to get started and figure it out later than not do it at all. And I've had 3 years of not doing it at all.
That leads me into music, because that was one of the things. Like, I always did not want to get to a point where I'm like, damn, why didn't I really like take a good stab at it? I don't want to be sitting down at 70, like, or 80 or 90, like, man, what could I have done differently? And I don't want to be like, damn, I could have dropped a couple more records. I could have tried to get on that stage. I could have invested a couple dollars in that opportunity. Like, I'm not trying to miss nothing.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah. So we here.
Yep.
Promising Talks, Mr. Jackpot.
So you done went overseas. You done came back with the Hitman Hollers. Now you dropping an album. I had to. I'm sorry. I love it. I was really surprised. I know you talked about it, but when you came back with him, I was like, he really fucking did it.
So as long as I didn't look like T.I.'s son, like, and the only reason why I say that on camera is because T.I. himself has clowned his son.
Yeah,
If he didn't do it, I wouldn't follow up. And I don't know his son. Shout out to his son. Keep doing your thing otherwise, because y'all got more than I do. Who I'd have thought. But whenever people was talking about stuff like that, that's one of the people they say you do not want to end up as, and it's unfortunate. But you know, it wasn't something that I was like trying to promote. Like, you know, I have my own issues, and one of the routes to make sure everything was good, go see someone. So we went to go see someone, and you know,
I'm not clowning you. I gotta do it eventually too, but
she didn't even prepare me for that. Yo, that was really like when you look back on this and you see my face, like it was real, y'all. She
I
really.
had to.
We'll take it.
I've been
I'm
waiting
gonna have
for
to.
the
I'm gonna have to.
moment.
I'm gonna have to prepare for that for people who've known me from before. Just new people just see me.
I'm the first.
Now that I mentioned it, hell no.
Oh,
I've been clowned already. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's people out there doing a whole bunch of things they feel they need to do to
I
make
ain't gonna be no
themselves
BBL
feel.
mama,
I
but
mean, you know, I'm not saying anything,
jacked that?
I'm not saying any particular cosmetic specifically. I'm just saying that
Okay.
people don't like something about themselves, and if you know you have the opportunity to change it, they go do that. So shout out to everyone. Do it safely. But yeah, she decided to bring it up. Like I thought we was talking music today.
We are.
No.
I just had to slide that one in
Wow.
there. That was perfect.
Shout out to Hitman.
That was
Because
perfect.
what you had to do with this. Like like you had nothing to do with this entire thing. So I just want to make sure I put that out there. Like,
My apologies.
oh my God.
But today is a bittersweet day. So how are you feeling right now?
Man, bittersweet it's good. It's a good way of addressing that. Bittersweet is really a good way of expressing it, you know. Never gets any easier, but then new accomplishments must happen.
Mm-hmm.
So bittersweet is good. I like that. We'll run with bittersweet right now. If I come up with another one, I'll let you know.
So you want to address why it's bittersweet? I am gonna ask.
Okay,
later.
so I mean, shoot, for the people, today is my baby sister's birthday. She would have been 23 years old. Her life was taken from her 5 years ago this September. And it's been rough, you know. I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and it's like, yo, life is crazy how we sit home, we look at all these news stories, we watch Law and Order and Criminal Minds and all this stuff. Like, it's all a TV show.
Yeah, don't work that way in real life.
It's not about it's not working in real life. It's like it's all a TV show until you're watching the news and somebody that you know is one of those faces that were killed or murdered or raped or anything. Like when it hit close to home, you don't know what you do. You know, I've been in courtrooms because I went to school for law at one point, so I've been in courtrooms doing an internship. Rest in peace to Judge Hart, but I never was, sitting there like because the outcome was something that I was looking forward to seeing personally, you know. So, I sat there. I didn't sit through every single day of my sister's murder trial. Sat through about maybe 3 days of the 5 or 6 days. I sat through maybe 3. I had to work. I couldn't take off. I should have took off that entire week and sat through every single day. But, I didn't. But I sat there for the conviction. I spoke at my sister's trial. I still have the original paper that I wrote. I was looking at that the other day. That I have wrote and spoke to the courts.
Did you read what you wrote, or you spoke from the heart once you got there? Because I know some people.
I mean, I read for 95%. I added a couple of things that, because at one point I told them that, like, I didn't come to celebrate. Like, nobody really wins.
Right.
There's no winner here.
Yeah.
That I didn't write down on the paper. I didn't write that down on the paper, but when I got up to stand and I was standing there looking at the young man and his lawyer and the judge and stenographer and everybody, and she told me to speak. I just started off like, nobody wins. Like, I didn't come here to feel like I'm winning right now. Like, but I watched, listened. That was that. I actually spoke to the young man who now convicted, they say, took the life of my younger sister. His mom wanted me to come to their church. Wow. Just, I guess it moved her when I said that nobody wins here. It was a real strong statement in the courtroom. Because even the young man after me spoke. And even he said, he was like, I agree with him. Like nobody's winning here. But everybody else gets to see old age, allegedly, besides my sister.
Right.
I have to take that biased approach. And it's a sweet day because I just dropped a project called Could This Be an Album? Today on my sister's birthday. This project is 7 or 8 years in the making. I've been trying to work on, this for a while. All right, so I'm gonna just wait for the question.
I'm like, you spitballing. Like, I got you though.
But I dropped the project today on my sister's birthday. It was imperative that it was dropped on my sister's birthday.
So, Could This Be an Album? It's out today.
Today, Could This Be an Album? All streaming platforms, wherever you listen to music at, pull it up. Mr. Jackpot, Could This Be? It'll come out.
You had an amazing album release.
Yeah, man.
The stories behind the songs.
Insane.
Definitely drives it home.
Some will be mentioned, some won't.
Some, I know. We can't say everything.
Can't say everything, but I feel like that everybody that was in that building with me were people who, from all different parts of my life, have supported my music. And I wanted the release to be surrounded by nothing but love. People that genuinely wanted to hear what I had to present to the world. I didn't want it to be like, just pay your ticket and come inside. It would not have been how it was.
Yeah, that.
You know what I'm saying?
You needed that.
Yeah, man, it felt good.
That was beautiful. At some point I couldn't see, but we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, so let's start with who is Mr. Jackpot and your journey.
Mr. Jackpot is a tax-paying citizen.
Come on, man.
I'm the oldest of 3, which is now 2.
Still 3.
I always had to, be the older brother. I'm an older brother. I'm a son. I'm a student. I'm a teacher. I'm a believer. I'm an artist. I am fearless.
You being so damn humble.
I'm better than you. I was
okay, let's get to it.
I was gonna get to I'm better than you. Like,
what the fuck are we doing?
It has to be a bill. I didn't know. I didn't know how crazy promising talks.
Down.
I didn't know how crazy promising talks was about to
Talk
get.
your
she
shit.
Want me to get crazy. Like, look, I've always been a humble individual. Like, I do feel like I can get in the ring with the best of them. But people get offended in so many ways just because you support yourself. People get mad that you're supporting yourself. Like,
they don't know what that's like.
Man, I came to rap, yo.
Your confidence is intimidating.
I came to rap. I believe in myself so much that it offends. Just believe in me, man. I just believe in what I have to produce. I believe in the product. I'll sell it every day. Every day. So you know, I came here to, you know, if you look at the numbers, right? So my last project was 2010.
14 years ago. Yep.
14.
You must be reading this shit.
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
not. All right.
So
So
Due to
who am
Perfection
I?
came
Mr.
out.
Jackpot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Due to Perfection came out 14 years ago.
14 years.
So why such the long gap between?
2010, I was heavy in my music. That's when I dropped it. So 2010, I was heavy. I was promoting. I was doing my thing. I got in, you know, I was in college at the time going for my bachelor's. When I got into my senior year, I horrifically assumed that I couldn't manage both music and school. That was a decision that I made ridiculously and stupidly to myself. I internalized that I needed to focus more on school. I can't do the music thing. Let me put it down and finish school. And I finished school. But as I got out of school, I got a job with the city and it was requiring long hours. And at the time, I'm young. I'm starting to see money I never seen before. So I was just working and the music just kept falling in the background. So that's why there was such a long gap with just dropping projects specifically.
But in the meantime,
That's
and I don't know how long after it came, but Rap Trap Thursdays was born.
Rap Trap Thursdays was born in 2017.
Ooh.
That's the first time a Rap Trap Thursday verse was dropped.
And you dropped, the only reason I know, you dropped So Gone on August 18th, 2017. And that's my birthday. So that's how I remember.
It was real crazy because
and I didn't know you.
When the gap, yeah, that's right. So when the gap happened, it was kind of like a sleeping beast. Like it was just dormant. Like rap was just dormant inside of me. And the So Gone challenge came out. And I just started seeing a bunch of rappers just start dropping these verses on Monica's beat. And I was like,
I could do that.
Like, so I got on the track and I posted it and it was well received. You know, it was well received. And you know, a lot of people was telling me like, yo, you got to get back on your rapping. You got to get back on your rapping. And, you know, rapping takes a lot of money. Like trying to be an artist takes money. And at the time, money was not what I had to invest in the music. So I just thought to myself, like, how can I continue to let the world know that I still got lyrical ability and not have to pay thousands of dollars to do it? And Rap Trap Thursday became a thing. It just so happened that when I did that first So Gone challenge, it was on a Thursday. So I was just trying to think of a name, and Rap Trap Thursdays just came up. I should have called it like Jack Rap or Rap Jack Thursday just to keep the Jack name into it. But Rap Trap Thursdays.
You wasn't thinking about it at the time. But now you have I'm Not Jacking It, which is kind of like your little podcast in a sense.
Yeah.
Which is what I thought you was going to do with it, especially after working with me.
It's so much. You know, every time I just thought that, you know what it, like, first, the hashtag I'm Not Jacking It was born from just doing the skits on Instagram. Yeah. So I was on Instagram doing the voiceovers on different videos, and a couple of my videos went viral. Like I had like 100,000 views on one, like 110 or some shit. And then I had another one that went 400,000 up. And, you know, I actually received a couple of checks off Meta for, you know, a couple of those stuff until they started saying, we're not going to pay you for doing voiceovers anymore. You have to drop your own content. So I wasn't a content creator. I'm not a content creator. You know,
technically you are.
I mean, in the sense of the videos and setting it up. So once that happened, I kind of fell back. But then I'm like, okay, how do I create my own audio? And I'm like, I'm not jacking it. That's something that I've been saying for years. We've been saying I'm not jacking it for years. And, you know, having the name Jackpot just kind of helped a lot of things just kind of flow into place with the name. So I'm Not Jacking It could become a podcast one day. You know, I'll just be kind of getting different videos from offline and putting my 1-2 on it. You know, I feel like, you know, if y'all ever watching this and y'all, send me videos, because my problem is I'm not scrolling enough to find all the funny. So send me the funny so I could talk crazy on it. Like I'm really a clown. Like I'm funnier than most. I promise you. So he trying to just, I'm trying to open the door, man. Whatever can get me in. Maybe podcast might be a thing for me.
It could be.
I like talking about
Keep
one,
the engagement up.
Yeah, man.
So Rap Trap is at 280 verses.
280 verses, man. And officially out loud, I'm gonna say that I'm trying to get into the Guinness Book of World Records with Rap Trap Thursdays. Have 280 freestyles.
And there's
on social
nobody else
media.
out here that's dropping weekly verses. That we
No.
know of.
Stop. Shout out
Or
to
that I know of.
she's from Brooklyn, right? So shout out to Kaya Baby in
Okay.
Queens. Shout out to Tiger, man. Damn, I don't want to do that man dirty. I want to make sure I get your name
You gotta put
correctly.
me on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
put
thought
you
you was the
on.
only one doing it.
Nah, there are weekly Jaffe, right? Shout out to Jaffe in Queens, right? Those are two. Yeah, she from Brooklyn. She don't know. Like she not in the and that's not like a negative. It's just like these people, they promote their stuff. You're not really, you much more Brooklyn because that's just what you're exposed to. But there are a couple of Queens artists right now that are doing the weekly thing. I just don't think anybody's at 280.
Okay.
So
it would take a lot to catch up to you right now, though.
I feel like though once I get in, because I'm speaking into existence, once I get into the Guinness Book of World Records, one, it's for my raps, my lyrical ability, nothing else, no gimmick, no nothing else. I got in because I could rap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I feel like once I actually do that, there are going to be people that will attempt to come in, try and take that number from me.
Every day
for a year straight. They could catch up. But I mean, if you go back through, I dropped them weekly, and even like a couple months back, I thought I was trying to show y'all couldn't play with me, so I started dropping 2 a week. Like for like a month, I did like 2 verses every Thursday. So
right.
My pen is listen. I came to rap, and rap 280 verses of straight substance. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not jumping around. I'm not playing around. You can go back. Matter of fact, contact me if you find a whack verse. That's how confident I feel about that. Like, when I get in the Guinness Book of World Records, there's a couple of things that I'm going to do to show the world that I am in the Guinness Book of World Records, but I'm not going to reveal everything.
We're going to hold off.
Yeah, we go, you know what I'm saying? But the world will know, right? Because my name will live forever. And even if in some crazy, miraculous time, somebody decides that they're able to take that record from me, don't forget who did it first.
Okay, Ray J. So
she should. I'm gonna be the good guy on this one. You see the good guy, good cop, bad cop. I'm the good one. She want me to get out the. She want me to get crazy.
The first podcast, I think I was too quiet.
She want
so
me to get
now,
crazy.
everything that comes to mind.
Okay, we talking
I'm just saying it.
We talking it. We talking it.
So, what do you think you've learned as an artist between this first project and Could This Be an Album?
Due to perfection, to Could This Be an Album was freedom. Free to truly express myself. Free, even though I feel like I was, I don't think that I was as confident as before. Like confidence to step out the box, start singing a little bit,
surprising. That was very surprising.
I had a couple of records on there, so, just, being more comfortable with stepping out the box, not just stepping out the box, but being comfortable with doing it. So I just feel like it's growth. It was just progression. I wish there were more projects in between to show true progression from one to the next, but now we rolling. So I got another project that might be coming out. We ain't come up with a name yet.
I was gonna ask you I was
All right, so
wondering.
no. All right, so to be
I
honest
was
with you,
wondering.
all right, no. So at this particular point in time, there was not a new project like waiting,
Okay.
but
That's what I thought you meant
there
just
is a
now.
new one that's like in the works. Like me and my, shout out to Exquisite Music, Black Cinema, down in North Carolina. Um, them boys out there, they producing, they behinds off. Like they want to do a collaboration project, so I'm throwing it in the air. Like we are doing a collaboration project, and we ain't come up with a name yet, so I don't want to say
Okay.
any preliminaries, but my pen is working. You know, my pen is working. What's today? Friday. Saturday. I actually am about to like my next Thursday verse, because there's so much going on in music right now, and
Yeah.
I don't really have any opinions on it, but the beats that they're producing are so. And I just want to rap on these beats. I feel like a kid in a candy store. I'm listening to
You
all
did
these
first
records.
person shooter, right?
I did first person shooter, and I just did that response. Drop and Give Me 50 by Drake. I did that beat. So, this was the concept behind Rap Trap Thursdays. I'm like, why, I'm going to show y'all that I can get on everybody else's joint. Like, give me 1 minute. You know what I'm saying?
The verses are 1 minute.
The verses are 1 minute long. Trying to get in the Guinness Book for the most verses on social media under a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why 1 or 2 verses kind of cut off, because I'm like, I gotta stop this video.
I was wondering. I'm
now,
like, why do they?
Yeah, some of them don't get out the jackpot at the end, but there was at least one verse that I know for a fact I went like a minute and 10 seconds in, because that was at that particular time. That was the first time they were allowing people to record for more than a minute, and I was a little overzealous that day. I was like, oh, I could drop a whole, joint and still talk smack. But after that, I stayed to the minute. So if you take that one off, I have 279 verses under a minute on social media. I mean, I'm not saying any one of y'all can't do that, but are you doing it though?
Cocky bastard.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us can rap. We can all rap. But are you doing this though? And that's the point of the Guinness Book. Something that no one else is doing, you can do. I'm welcoming all challengers though. If you feel like you want to get on it every week, like I am, consistently, every single week. I've had life changes, because if you think about it, 2017, how many weeks are in a year?
52.
52, right? So 2017 is what, 7 years now? 7 years from now?
7 years.
So 7 times 52,
Almost 7 years.
I should have 364 verses.
Ooh, yeah.
If I would have did every single week for the last 7 years, I'd be at 364. But my sister passed.
Yeah.
Different things led me to stop doing it. So what? So 364 minus 280 will give me 84 weeks that I played.
Damn.
84 weeks that I played. Yeah, that's more than a year worth of breaks in between of me not doing verses. So I should be almost 400 up right now, but it's okay.
So now you're overly confident about your music, but I universally always think there's room for improvement with anything. Yeah. So what is it that you still want to learn or need to learn?
I would take some vocal coach, some vocal classes. I don't think I want to be an R&B. I'm not trying to be an R&B artist, but it would be nice to just be able to get more control over my voice. Shout out to Rip, Dallas, Texas, man. Rip always says that your voice is also an instrument on the record. So, whether you're rapping, singing, talking, like, you are also an instrument. So I want to strengthen my instrument. I would take some vocal courses. Because like I said, I try to sing. I don't sound pretty on every single record.
But it works though.
Yeah, it works. But even if it works is where I'm going to stay with it, I still want to be the best at it works. So I would take some vocal courses, right? And just continue to be more open to stepping out the box with these records, because the more out the box the record got, the more it was received at the spot. You know what I'm saying? At the release party,
just the unexpected.
The more records that I thought to myself was like, people was like, nah, that's it. So I don't know.
The
Like, I just want to
reaction,
continue to.
yeah.
Yeah, the reaction was mean. I was. I appreciate everybody, every single soul that came to my listening party, man. I appreciate you.
That was
man.
fun.
It was good, man. Shout out to my mom that cooked. Shout out to Jay and Devon that served
That
food.
stew chicken was amazing.
Right. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all so, man.
Now let's start moving more into Could This Be an Album?
Mhm.
How did you come to this title?
Oh,
Because it's a question. So
yes.
it's like,
yes.
why are you questioning it?
I'm not the one that's questioning it. Right?
You want other people to question it.
I want the people to decide, man.
I say
No
it's
matter,
an album.
You said it's not?
I said it is.
It is an album, see? But you have to listen to it to be able to make that determination. So if you really want to judge my music, you have to hear the entire project and then answer the question. If you don't believe it's an album, you don't believe so. But you might believe it's an album. So I wanted to spark more interest in people. Like, I'm not going to tell you, like, this is an album. I'm going to ask you, could this be an album? To make you come and be like, let me listen. Let me see if I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see if it's an album. Like, I want everyone to join in this process with me, man. We doing this together. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, me, you, everybody that took part in my project, like, we all in this together. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I need y'all help. Could this be an album? Like, let me know. Like, let's let everybody else know it's an album and promote it. We're working on this project.
8 years.
8 years.
And it is. Let me not say it was because I've heard it, so I'll keep saying it was. But it is well worth 8 years, man, of work.
If you're a fan of Jackpot and you listen to Do the Perfection, then you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize for taking so long. You know, life be life, and you know, I joined a different profession, like different things, you know, start happening. So
I have a question that I just thought of when you said that. Do you think that teaching has contributed to perfecting your writing?
Hell yeah. I feel like I use more of my vocabulary in my job, so it leads me to use that. You know, I know a lot of these kids nowadays don't want to hear vocabulary in the music. I'm appealing to the people that do, but you know,
I respect the vernacular.
You know, I gotta talk my stuff. Like, you know, I've always respected lyricism. If you're a lyricist, if you're gonna call yourself a lyricist. So I'm trying to think, are we separating rappers from lyricists, or are rappers supposed to synonymously be lyricists? I mean,
good question.
Because like when people having when people have the conversations on rappers, they're always asking like, yo, he's a hit maker, but he's a storyteller. Like we're switching, but just situating it based on.
And you have a little bit of both.
You know, the artist's approach, but I'm asking, in just the sense of the term itself, is a rapper supposed to be a lyricist, or like is that supposed to be synonymous with the profession, or can you separate because I guess Dr. Seuss was a lyricist, but he wasn't a rapper.
Right. I listen to lyrics. I can't say that either. But more so, I listen to the words.
You have the opportunity to listen to all different types of music.
Right.
We listen to, you know, what people could call bubblegum or mumble rap or whatever they want to call it.
Nah, I be listening for wordplay and shit like that.
So shout out to those that do, because that's my crowd. I like people that want to think. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know, my people that's vibing. You know, I like my drinkers, my smokers. You know, my people that like to be in lounges, cool, calm, collected, and like to get up and go turn up every once in a while. Like, I want to appeal to those. I got to appeal to my people that buy tickets, my people that come to shows, my people that buy merch. Like, those are my older crowds. You know what I'm saying? My people that go and read backstories and not just what the blogs say. You know? Need some people to listen. I need people that want to listen.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to listen, then of course I'm going to be trash to you.
The energy given is pretty low. You know how the dark try and take your glow. You're just interrupting the status quo. The haters are watching how you just grow. Let it go, 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 let it go.
I'm gonna give you my top 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I also want to hear your top 5.
It's too soon
Then
to
I want you to
tell.
narrow it down to 1.
It's too soon to tell of a top 5, man.
My top 5 from the album release. My feelings may change.
Yeah, you know, from
my feelings may change.
You were
but
there, so
in order.
In order, from 1 to 5. Top
from 1 to.
Now,
Matter of fact, I should get it. I'm gonna go
from your
backwards.
worst from your bottom 5.
So, honorary mention is Solid.
Solid is an honorary mention.
But Solid
I love that song
gets
so
an
much.
honorary mention because
That song
of the backstory. Even though the shit is false, according to your story,
I got the receipts.
Story that goes with it now makes that song hit a little harder.
I got receipts. There wasn't a story to go with that.
It was.
There isn't a story to go with that.
I know it's not, but
it's just an unfortunate misunderstanding that occurred. And, you know, to this day, I wish it didn't, because like it didn't need to.
For everybody.
Yeah, but it was a misunderstanding that occurred around the record, and it's over. It's nothing to discuss. But, you know, like I said, all my people that were at the party were people that I was that I'm close with. So, you know, we had the conversation about things that happened around the record. But Solid is just one of my favorite records because it's a true representation of things that I've gone through in my entire life. Like, I've really been betrayed by people who were standing next to me, like from childhood. You know what I'm saying? It was a song about childhood betrayal, not anything else, but events.
The shoe fit.
Yeah.
So, you act like you upset with me.
No. I'm trying to tell you, I don't. You know, my facial expression is at the unfortunateness of it all, because it was everything is just unfortunate. Like, I don't have nothing for it. Like, not, and I don't mean like in a disrespectful way. I don't have no ill nothing. Right. Like, it's just an unfortunate event that happened at a time in my life, and things could have been differently, but it wasn't.
Copy. So now, number 5. Better Than Money.
Better Than Money.
That's the Afro beats.
That's what we like to do.
That's
a summer. It, man. You know,
that's for the summer.
My mother's Jamaican. Shout out to my mom. She from Montego Bay, whatever. My pop's Jamaican too, whatever. Like, it was just, I know Afro beats is what is the thing, but Caribbean, those are Caribbean knocks bopping through those speakers, and that's the roots that I wanted to go with it. But Afro beats, and, you know, all of us, we all come from one anyway. So, yeah. You know, shout out to my Afro beats. Shout out to my Caribbean people. Like, Better Than Money. And what is better than money? Life.
I was gonna say number 4. I thought you meant. So Let It Go.
Let It Go. Shout out to Redbird Rip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we had him on the last podcast.
Yeah, Rip was definitely on the podcast. Me and our friendship is still going strong. That's my brother. He was instrumental in the creation of this project, man. He helped me order the project. Like, you know, we sat through. He sat through with me on FaceTime from Dallas, Texas, and listened to every song with me. And we sat through and decided what should go and why they should go in the order that they did. I know people at the party was complaining about the order, but it was my order to get. So, and you don't know what song is going to hit for you until you hear it. So now that you hear it, you're like, this should have been sooner. Shut up. Shut up.
The exact moment.
Like, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? Come on, son. We outside. This is the project, like, in this order.
I get what he was saying about the order.
Yeah, but you don't know nothing until you hear it. So now that you hear the project, you're going to criticize. You have your constructive criticism now, but the order.
I don't think the order was that bad.
Why you don't tell Chinese to put the chicken fried rice on this side and not on this side?
Yo.
Because you like to see it over there and not there. You don't tell them that. You don't tell nobody else to change their menu. Don't ask me to change mine. Respectfully.
That was a good analogy.
You feel me? Hey, that's it. The menu is the menu.
No, but I like Let It Go.
Shout out to
Let It
Redbird
Go
Rip,
close.
man.
Nice.
I sent that song, Redbird Rip. You know,
He's a
good,
solid dude too.
solid as they come, right? We've been cool for years, and around the time when I was during that gap between Due to Perfection and this, like when I started working back on this project over the last couple of years, like I was, not really getting back on music. I wasn't really on it like that. I was kind of BSing, but he had a project coming out called Dreams, Fears, and Motivations. And that project dropped November of 22. And around that time, like I wasn't really on my music as heavy as I should have been. And he, recruited me along with, another mutual friend of ours to get on a record. And Rip always been real. He's always been supportive of my craft, and I wanted to bless him back with a record. And I thought "Let It Go" was a good record to send to my man. He blacked on that.
That was perfect.
He blacked on that. I almost thought you had me on that one, Rip, but no, sir, never.
Ready for 3?
Let's do it.
King of the Hill. King
of the Hill, because I come from Hillside, Jamaica, Queens, man. There's a lot of rappers on Hillside.
You've been saying that for years, but I still...
It's a lot of rappers on Hillside. Everybody ain't
I'm not
outside
tapped
as
into
much.
Queens.
Yeah,
so
that's it. That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying?
I only know you.
Everybody ain't really, sometimes they're not outside or they not outside in the way that you might be able to catch them. Like, so, people be doing their thing. I'm not saying nobody's not doing their thing. I'm just saying that a lot of us come from a strip in Queens called Hillside Avenue. We rep that strip. And King of the Hill has been a mantra that all the rappers have taken upon themselves to use to name after a record or a project. It's, I would like to treat the King of the Hill title as how T.I. did when he started saying he was the king, and people was trying to say, like, you're not the king, and he was just trying to say, no, you're a king at whatever you're doing, you're the king at your thing. I would like to think that people would take it in that light. But if you want to think it in that way, I'm the king, man. I'm the king of the hill, man. My pen is working. And when I get in the Guinness book, you won't be able to question it. But King of the Hill is, I have to talk my stuff, man. I speak my truth on these records. So King of the Hills close to the heart. Number 2?
Vowels. When you first dropped it,
they not ready.
What popped into my mind? For some reason, for me, I thought Slick Rick. Then I'm like, yeah, this is some teaching shit. It sounded like a nursery
rhyme. Real cool and smooth, but I'm talking wild crazy on that record, man. Damn, I love expressing myself over beats.
That was a clever song.
Yo. I can't wait. I can't wait for the people to start embracing these records, man, because
that was clever as hell.
Oh man, like Vowels is outside the box. You know what I'm saying? I want to drop an entire project.
I know
project.
where you was going with it until
I want
the
to drop
second bar. I was like, oh, this man is smart.
Really
Somebody got up and was like, you a smart ass nigga, man.
My God. Shout out to Dr. G, man. Shout out to G, man. For real, man. I can't even tell you how Vowels really came into play. The beat was presented, and I just felt like I needed to talk like how I did. I truly can't give you a creation process of that. I was just like, yo, this should be called Vowels.
That's fire.
I truly, I could give you backstories on other records. Don't have one on that. Like that was just a true expression of the musical ability that I have. I just thought of that when the beat came. So any producer want to send me some fire?
Get creative.
Let's do it, man. Number 2. Number 1. Oh yeah, no.
You should know.
Damn, everybody love this record.
A is crazy.
I don't know.
Why you don't believe it?
It was, A is A is like vowels. Like I didn't know how people would really receive that. Like,
And my slow ass, I didn't realize the vocals was saying A until maybe like the third time, and I'm like, yo, because you had to keep running it back for the part.
yeah, they was
And I was like, where the
loving
fuck is
that
the A? And then I was
record.
like,
Like,
yo, the background vocals.
yo, man, shout out to, growing up, first people that I really seen like doing tracks and like using the record as a part of their raps was Dipset. They were in my eyes. I'm not saying nobody else did it. I'm not trying to say Dipset was the first to do it. I'm just saying that they were a good influence at some time of doing that stuff. So, um, I kind of had that feeling. But when I heard the track, it gave me some Jeezy vibes, and I would love to get Jeezy on a remix if I had the opportunity to. That would be crazy. But I track it. It was almost it's in its beginner stage. It's just born right now. It's out for the first time today. You got 72 hours of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And been
saying?
impatiently waiting for this morning. So like
Yeah,
12:40,
man.
I rolled over. I was like, wait, it's 4:20. It's
Yo,
time.
I woke up in the morning like, yo, my project is out, man. My sister's birthday. I dropped a project on her birthday. I've been trying to do that for years since she passed. That's the crazy thing. Like this album was in the midst of being made before my sister passed. So, it's unfortunate, but
She would have loved it.
yeah, oh man.
She would love it.
And my
I
sister's
know she'd
keeper.
love it. Let me just say that. I know
Yeah,
she loved it.
and I feel like even if she was alive, I would have probably still did a song dedicated to her. I'd have probably still, because she was my greatest influence, man. I just wanted, I was always trying to do things to show her, like, this is, we can get this. Like, it's not a problem. Like, I'm gonna show you how, right? And then you just go do it too, so we can get it right. So, just trying to continue.
So you know what? In saying that,
Mm-hmm.
I listened to My Sister's Keeper again.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta throw that one in there. I don't know.
That's an honorary mention.
Unfortunately.
I mean,
But
yeah, it's your vibe.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Whole vibe. You asked me for my top 5. Yeah. Not particular order.
Oh.
Not particular order. So many songs.
17 songs on the project.
17 songs plus a bonus
Plus
record.
a bonus.
Right? So out of the 17 songs, whole vibe and solid.
Okay. Somewhere.
Yeah, that's in the top 5 for me. Man. Whole vibe. Solid.
Question. I don't mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Capiche? Capiche isn't on the project.
Nah, Capiche. I knew that I was gonna drop this project on my sister's birthday. Capiche was a record that I wanted to use because I didn't drop a record the entire 2023.
Okay.
I didn't want to start off 2024 with Capiche because I knew it wasn't gonna be on the project.
Okay.
But I wanted to drop it New Year's Eve of, which I did. I dropped it New Year's Eve of 23. The problem was I was supposed to do a video and drop them the same day. I stepped outside of my normal videographer and started working with someone else, and that relationship didn't go as well. So everything wasn't able to get done. So when I started messing back with my videographer the way that I needed to, we reshot the video for Capiche. So could I have held on to Capiche? No, because I didn't drop a song in 2023 at all. And I just wanted to end off 2023 with a record. So I dropped that on New Year's Eve. And another record is Take My Time. I dropped Take My Time.
Forgot about that. Sorry.
I dropped Take My Time on February 29th because I just wanted to take advantage of
the
that.
leap year.
Yeah, you won't be able to do that again. So,
now in 4 years, you got to do another one.
I got to do another one. I'm probably, I don't think Take My Time Part 2 will come out, but I'll definitely, take advantage of the February 29th thing. But I felt like no one else. I'm not saying nobody else dropped the track on February 29th, but I just feel like, you won't have an opportunity to do this for another 4 years. So I'm going to be able to run with that. I like running with those little, like, accolades on things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you gave me 2.
Whole vibe, solid. King of the Hill.
Okay.
And success is the greatest revenge.
I had to listen back to that one too.
And man, I was me and my mom took me to a Brazilian steakhouse for the first time when I turned my last birthday.
There's so many things with the album at the party that when you hear it in the headphones, you don't realize. I did not realize that was your mother.
Yeah, my mom. We went out to eat for my birthday. Just me and her, because I don't eat seafood. Everybody else eats seafood. I'm allergic to it. So I never went to. Well, shout out to you, but I never been to a Brazilian steakhouse before. I've always seen it like on TV and stuff, but I never went. My mom's just like, yo, I know you don't eat seafood. I got a place to bring you. Like, she brought me over there. I sat in there. And, she just started, just speaking from the heart. And I stopped. I was like, wait, hold up. I was like, please don't mind. You don't mind. But I want to save whatever you're about to say to me. I want to be able to have this for later. And she didn't mind. She allowed me to record her while she was saying everything. And I took it in the house and I listened to it. And after wiping away my tears or whatever, I picked the part that I thought would have been good. And I had to engineer that crazy because we were in the restaurant. There was a lot going on. And I had to make sure I captured just her voice. But it turned out well. I think it turned out real well. Those are my top 5, man, for real. Okay. Honorary mention is My Sister's Keeper.
By Any Means, and I'm looking at the track list, because it was songs I was like, all right, I heard it, but I need to hear it again a couple times back to back. By Any Means.
People fronting.
Everything Is All Right. And I have a question about In My Feelings, just because I want to be messy. Who is In My Feelings about?
No one. That was just a song that I wrote. I was not feeling anybody specifically.
You can't write something called In My Feelings.
Yo, when you write it.
And not be in your feelings.
Yo. When you, I'm really just writing.
When I write, because I've told you I write now, but it has a person in mind.
I mean, I didn't write the song like for anybody or speak my name by specific. I was just speaking how I feel when I'm feeling somebody.
Okay. So you tell all girls the same shit.
No, but those when I'm feeling you like that, I got these feelings. So I know maybe I channeled the specific person I was feeling at the time and decided this is how I'm feeling, so I could write it. But I truly was in a songwriting mode. I don't, I didn't have anybody specific, but In My Feelings. What else you got? Thinking I'm trying to make me be messy with somebody. Ain't nothing to be messy about.
Nah, that song really does.
I'm
not gonna say it feels personal, but it sounds
but that's good, man. That's good, man. I need these songs to feel personal, man. I need y'all to feel it. I need you to feel like, damn, that's how I feel about my baby.
Yeah, it's very descriptive. Yeah. So it's like, who are you talking about? Who got you feeling like this?
I am you talking to your boo in that song.
It sounds like I'm gonna take your girl.
What?
The way you just said that.
No, I am you, right? Male or female.
Okay.
I am you talking to your boo in that song. Take the role of me, and this is what you should be saying to them so they feel you. And this is how you should be feeling. Let them know how you feel. You and your feelings. You know what I'm saying? I have other songs on there that I'm going against my feelings, but that was one of them. I took a little leap of faith with the singing on that, and it came out good. I don't get it. I'm trying these things.
That's the one you was looking for an R&B artist for.
No, to be gangsta, Toast.
Ah, okay.
I was looking for an R&B artist for a while on Toast, and I reached out to different artists that I thought, I admired their musical talent, and I thought that we could make some good records together. And I tried my best, life be lifing, and it just didn't go through. So while we at crunch time now, we in the 4th quarter, and this album has to come out, and that's the only song that I have to get finished because I'm trying to get an R&B artist on it, and I didn't want to, I felt like that's how I wrote it. I wrote it to be featuring somebody on it that just got some good vocals. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it in time, so I was like, I needed it to drop on 420. So we here. Wow.
So now,
Mm-hmm.
When I first looked at the track list, I included number 18. And I was going to say you only have 2 features, but you actually only have 1, technically. Was that intentional? Did you want this project to be just you?
Yeah. After so many years of no project, I called this project my reestablishment amongst the musical community. I didn't go for anybody. I don't need anyone. I just want to work with everyone. Right? Like if I wanted to auto tunes and get the best engine, like I could do it. I could really do it by myself. I was just trying to listen to other. I'm always trying to look for help, but being that it was so long that I dropped the project, I had to let people know like I really still got it like that, like, and not just on the rap traps on Instagram. Like I can drop records for you. And capiche, I mean, if you think about it, within the last like 3 months, wait, were we in April? So that's 4 months in. If you include December last year, over the last 5 months, there's 18 songs here. I dropped Capiche. I dropped Take My Time. I just did a feature with my homeboy ASAP Valencia. Shout out to him. He's from Canarsie. Like, that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 records I dropped within the last 4 months that I dropped verses on, along with my Rap Trap Thursdays every Thursday.
Working.
Like, I'm going to need people to get in tune. Tap in. If you looking to listen to some joint to make you bob your head and make you think about life again, like, let's do it. Like, because I got balls for you. And we're going to have fun. We're going to dance. We're going to party. We're going to talk our stuff. We'll keep it right.
So now, this next part, I don't know if you want people to figure it out for themselves, but I knew this, but didn't realize I knew this. You don't ever curse.
Nah, man.
Is that on purpose? Like, do you intentionally?
That is intentional.
Okay.
You know what? It's not intentional anymore.
Right. I figured that.
Yeah, like
now that's just who you are.
That's really who I am. I don't even like when I'm writing rhymes, cursing is not even a thing.
God bless you.
I don't even think about it. Like,
and Rip didn't even curse.
And on the bonus record, he didn't curse either.
And we know
and I didn't ask
D can curse.
I didn't ask them not to curse. They just they
the vibe, the energy.
And I have a new track that's coming out with ASAP Valencia real soon. I'm waiting on a cover for it. And we're gonna drop that. He wrote his verse and he didn't curse with it either. Right? I am pushing people to step outside the box with me.
Okay.
You got a curse for it.
For the youth.
18 records, 22 records, 100 records, whatever. I counted 17 from. Oh, I'm tight. So on the first project, Due to Perfection, y'all really love that name too. I should do a part 2 to that. But on the first project, Due to Perfection, that was around the time that I decided that I wouldn't curse anymore. Okay? So when I decided that I wasn't gonna curse on raps anymore, I was doing that record. But there was a record that I did for towards the females, and on the track I said coochie. I said coochie on the record. And as I listen back to the whole project, coochie has bothered me ever since. I swear to God, because I'm like, they might bleep this out. My plan was to be able to get every song played without having to get a bleep. There are no explicit copies of my records. This is the record, right? You don't have to edit it. You don't have to. Now, my lyrical ability is up. So I might say something that's going to sound filthy, but I'm not going to curse on it though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because even Stay Tonight.
Not one.
Not.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk crazy.
Not even a coochie.
Yeah, not even a coochie on that record.
Smooth.
That's the plan. You know what I'm saying? People always try to tell me not to say that. Like, let people figure it out for themselves. So I guess whoever's watching this will see that. But
and then go hear it to be like, let me see if I can catch this nigga.
If you can find a curse, I'll pay you. Any track that I've ever featured on with somebody else, I don't curse. Let me not say not every track ever, but when I decided that I wasn't gonna curse anymore, you won't find a feature with me cursing. And I have features. I have features online. You could Spotify. I worked with a couple of artists. I worked with Lambo. I worked with GQ. I worked with Shark Sims. I worked with ASAP Valenci. Like, I worked with a couple of artists, and I don't curse on any record. They will curse in their verses.
Right.
I won't curse.
I gotta listen to it.
I got another track coming out with Shark Sims called "Walk On My Thoughts," man. The track is fire. It's Shark featuring me, man. I want to shout that track out because I want to speak it into existence. And it's just so good. Like, we talking real music now, like, and we having fun doing it, and we're presenting the visuals in fun and entertaining and educational ways. And I just want to work, man. I just want to make music. I can't wait for somebody to tell me all I got to do is just wake up and make music.
Life. I don't know why I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
But
you need the bites.
I will. I still got more chicken. Thought process left. The cover has a significance.
I like you, Chey. You are good. Miss Chey K, man. You're a great interviewer, man. You definitely touch on all these parts, man. The cover is dedicated to my baby sister, man. Every single piece of that speaks from her. So one reason why the title can also be considered a question is because my sister used to always ask me, like, she used to always ask, like, how do you come up with this stuff? She's always questioned me. So I wanted to, like, that question thing just always stood out to me. She always just asked me, could this be an album? You know, we went over the title itself. The bear on the front of the album is a bear that my little sister owned when she was alive. When she passed away and all of her personal belongings were given to us, that was one of the things that was in her stuff. And well, no, he had that around before she passed, but that was something that she had that was personal to her. And I from the moment she passed, I've never let go of it. I have it on my bed, like, it doesn't go anywhere. And I wanted to use that. So I took a picture. Shout out to Redbird Rip. He definitely did my cover for me. The idea was just, I wanted a light shining down, from heaven.
The flower.
Right? The sunflower was my sister's favorite flower. She used to make me stop when we were younger. If she saw a sunflower anywhere, like a sunflower place, we used to stop so she can go look at them close. Like, she loves sunflowers. And I just thought, like, because there wasn't no grass on the cover. It's like it's like everything is in a room, and it's like a spotlight or a light down from heaven, and it's like the sunflower growing from the concrete, like, And when you read the question, could this be an album? B is in red because that was my sister's favorite color. That's why I have on red today. Everybody in my family wore red to go to my sister's.
I wish you would have gave me the memo. Would have paid tribute.
No, that was my mom. She's the one that woke up one day and was like, "Yo, everybody wear red."
And then the B is the only one because.
And the B
Beyonce.
is only in red because B for Beyonce, and red was her favorite color. It was just. And then on the back wall, you can see my homeboy. It looked like he wrote, like, somebody wrote on the wall for Beyonce, and it has her birth date on it. Like, this is gonna forever be in the world. No matter what happens to me, people will always be able to go back and listen to this. And I want to make sure that it was done correctly. Make sure that it looked correctly, it sounded correctly. Speaking of that, I engineered my entire project myself. I mixed and mastered that record room by myself. I had some assistants, over remotely. Shout out to Redbird Rip. That's really my guy.
I was gonna say he.
Redbird Rip is.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, he won't take. he won't take any credit for any of the shit. He'll just
We
say,
gonna give
"Oh,
you
the only
your
credit Rip
flowers."
want is that when it starts hitting, well, he's in the budget. Like he just want to know his joint is moving the way too. He don't care about none of the recognition and the accolades or nothing. But that boy was instrumental, man. He helped me with my engineering remotely from Dallas. Like helped me to figure stuff out and stuff like that. So, you know, trying to make it work, man. He made the cover. Did everything that I asked him to, no matter how much times I asked him to change it and everything like that. But it came out right as I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is what I saw in my head. Like that's what I saw. Like, and that's all I needed. Yeah.
All right. So, where are we? Talking about giving people their flowers. You almost brought me to tears the other night when we got to the bonus track. So, our late friend D, Jus Dee, on Weathered Storm, which is the last track of the album. Y'all had a song before, which I feel responsible for because I made sure I put y'all in the same room
and let it organically develop. That's what I always admired. I never really said that to you. Like I always admired the fact that you let our relationship organically develop. Like you didn't force it. You didn't. I just told you, I'm like, yo, you got a homeboy. I think he's cool, and he was like, all right, don't worry. And we ended up at your birthday party because again, you supported and hired me to shoot your pictures, and we connected, man. And that boy was a stand-up good dude, man. And he had a project back in 22 when I wasn't on my rapping stuff, getting in the studio as much as I should have been. Two individuals said, I'm gonna put you on a record, and that was Redbird Rip and Jus Dee. And they both said, I'm gonna put you on a project, I'm gonna put you on a song, and I'm gonna put that song on a project, and I'm gonna put that out. You're gonna be out in the world with me. And they both kept true to their word.
Y'all did shows together too.
Jus Dee recruited me to do a show. Because, shout out to Taylor Man.
Yes,
right?
that
shout out to Taylor Man
that
too.
hook.
Yeah, Taylor Man had
legendary.
The hook. And Rip just called me and was like, yo, I want to perform that joint. And we went, we performed it. It was real crazy. Like, because when we had the beat, I recorded it at my own studio in the house and sent it to him. And he sat on it for a little while. Then he called me and was like, yo, I need you to come and shoot that at my studio with me. So I went over there, took some pictures of him. We took some pictures together, whatever. I had pictures of him in the studio and all that. Like, I got some good flicks of D. Got some good flicks we could use. So I remember his little cousin and he had a female with him. She was there. I think it was a shorty at the time. And when he got there, and I guess his cousin didn't know what beat we were about to do. And then when the studio man threw it on, he was like, yo, this is who's on that song? Like, he showed me mad love, yo. And I went in the booth. I laid it down in 2 takes, the whole verse. And his cousin, I ain't never gonna forget how his little cousin just showed me love. Like, yo, I ain't gonna front. I don't really see much rappers going there and one take it like that. Like, that are not like big. And like, I really respected your joint. Like, and a month, like 3 weeks later, it was out. So, months pass and I'm working on my project, disappointingly working on the project at whatever time, a couple years back now. And I called up D. I wrote the Weathered Storm track. I wrote the verse. I wrote the hook. I'm like, this sounds good for a feature. And I think Jus Dee would do good on this. So I called him. At the time, he moved to Atlanta. And he was like, yo, I called him and I was like, yo, listen, I'm working on this project. And when I was on my BS and I didn't have a verse, you gave me a verse on yours. And you put it out there. And it was arguably the best song on the project. So I'm happy not drinking.
I mean, you pick your poison over there. I know it's Henny, it's Casa.
Where's Henny at? Oh, Henny right there. Oh, yeah, I'm a dog drinking type of guy. But
crazy. I haven't seen that bottle in months either. So that shit has aged gracefully.
Come interview with Chey, man. Listen, she's really good. Like, we're gonna watch this later. Like, these questions.
Well, yeah, I told you, I
she's
really
up,
do
son.
this.
She's really up, son.
I really do this.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So, you got a shot glass?
I have a few.
Just give me one.
I'm gonna bust out the brunch with Chey.
Yeah. Bring out the brunch with Cheys, right? So, music. We trying to make it work. We trying to do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
You get your own little commercial break.
Yeah. It's Mr. Jackpot, brought to you by Nonstop Profit Entertainment Group, LLC. You know what I'm saying? All your entertainment needs, because I am there, right? So, shout out to Chey. You know what I'm saying? She's a great host. She does her thing, and could this be an album? Is just, I feel real good about this project, man. I feel real good that I was able to put this in the world, and you'll always be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And pick your poison, like she said, like whichever song you feel like is the best song. Shout out to Brunch with Chey. You know what I'm saying? The former podcast. We gotta elevate.
I can't even get the page back. That's what
Why
did me in. I don't know.
The page of what? The podcast. The
page is still up there, but I can't get it back.
So I'm sorry. What you lost the password?
It. Even if I put in the password, it says this account don't exist. But then when you search it up, it's there.
Did you contact Instagram? I contacted them.
You see how I did that?
Let it go. Rip gonna feel real good to hear that. Somebody else just told me that they top 2 favorite songs on the project. Let It Go was one of them. Shout out to Rip. Man.
Rip has a unique voice, even when he talks. So when he raps, it's like,
you want to hear what he got? Like,
yeah.
He sounds younger than he is. He's young. He's like 20, whatever number he want to use.
However old you want to be.
I ain't putting nothing else out there. But yeah, man, like, so I told Jus Dee, I'm like, I called him. I said I got a verse. After a while, I was like, yo, listen, you put me on your project and I really appreciate you. So I got a verse for you. And I hit him up. He took it. Took him a while to send it back to me. He sent it back to me. I took it. I put it on the session and the thing, and I BS'd. And then late last, third quarter of last year, I seen the post that he was gone.
Yeah. I remember it was my birthday. I had just came back home, and he was calling me, but I was half asleep.
I was lost, girl.
So I didn't. I was like, usually I know you called just to talk, but for some reason that night I was like, nah, don't take that call right now.
Yeah,
because it was my birthday.
Yeah, I would have fucked your day up.
And then I was like, when I woke up, I think I saw it first. And then I started panic texting
I still ain't even really
calling you.
I still ain't even really do a rest in peace post from that. Like
I did.
I didn't even really do it because like I cried for that man, son.
D was my friend since middle school. D is one of the only people that know about my pen. We've been writing for that long. Notebooks.
Still have.
So that hit me hard. I think the year before that, when he first got out there, my grandmother died. And when I got out there, I checked in with him. That was a loss.
He was a good one, man. That boy embraced me. He ain't never do it. When he gave me that beat to get on his project, boy, that never heard me rhyme. He never heard me rhyme. And he handed me the beat, and I thought it was amazing. I'm like, boy.
Yeah, that beat.
Like, you ever heard me?
As soon as it dropped.
Yeah, he's like, you ever heard me rap? He was like, nah, bro.
I didn't even know y'all had that conversation at my party.
Stepped outside. It was just at some point in time, there was a couple minutes to step outside and, just have a powwow. I ain't gonna say too much, but just have a powwow. And as we were standing out there talking, I ran down on him. Like, yo, I don't know if Chey told you about me, yo, but my name Jackpot, you know what I'm saying? And I've been watching you doing your thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm fire. Like, I'm about to start getting back on my music stuff again. And I think we can make some fire together. And he was like, I'm working on this project. You know what I'm saying? I need one more rapper for it. Like, I need one more feature on it. I was like, where? He's like, yeah. And he played the beat for me. Like, you ever heard me rap? Like, because I thought it was so fire. I'm like, yo, there's no way you're gonna give this beat to somebody you never know. Like, you don't even know if they can rap. And he's like, nah, I never. He's like, I never heard you rap before, but like your energy when you walked up on me, it was just so fire, bro. Like, you can't be whack with that type of energy. I'm like, yo, I got you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I held on to that record for too long, and he passed away. He wasn't able to see it out. You know what I'm saying? And I was not going to let this tape drop without that record.
Thank you for that. My biggest regret with D is that he asked me to get in the studio and I played, didn't do it.
At least one record would have been cool. Yeah.
Now, like in hindsight, yeah, it's like life is fragile.
It's the second person I have
never known.
I have an old childhood friend. Yeah, I have an old childhood friend that passed away too, and during my musical years, I got him in the studio. I got like 3 records with him on there. I've been sitting down, they kind of buried. I need to just throw them on YouTube so everybody else can kind of get the chance to enjoy them as well.
Yeah.
You know, everybody who, you know, from his past, but I got a couple people, you know, in the studio, and he was one of them, and he passed away. But those records, we can't really like drop them trying to make money off them. But put them on YouTube and SoundCloud or whatever, so people can just be able to hear his voice and everything. Yeah, man. Shout out to Jus Dee. Rest in peace, Jus Dee. He's a good dude, man. You know, you worked hard, and partied harder, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for real. I cry for you. And my homeboy who I got that passed on the record, our relationship was estranged when he passed away. I didn't even cry for him. I just felt sadness. Yeah. I didn't drop a tear because the way my mind works, like if we're not even dealing like that, like, after a certain amount of time, it's like you're almost a stranger to me again. You know, but he was a childhood friend. So I went and carried his casket, even though we hadn't talked for years up until that point. But I only knew D for like 3-4 years. Like, and I bawled for that man, son. He was a good dude, son.
I think I took my time before I even told my mother too.
I bawled for that man, son. Ain't gonna front. It was late at night too when I got the call. It was late, son, and I'm up now. Like, I was laying down, son.
Something told me.
And I checked my phone, son, and I saw the post, and I'm reading the caption like,
no fucking way.
I got out the bed. That's when I started calling you that night. I got out the bed like, nah, this ain't it. This can't be it.
It wasn't meant for me to know in that moment.
Oh, take a shot for you, D.
I don't drink no more.
You was a hookah guy. I'm not really a hookah smoker, but
double shot.
Take one for me. I'll take a double, man. Like,
so
yeah, man.
Let's get back on track. You took a turn.
Every single experience has contributed to this project. Everything matters. My whole life is on this project up until literally. Like, my life is on that project. I talk about my mother, I talk about my brother, I talk about my sister, I talk about my friends, I talk about friends who are no longer friends, I talk about enemies, haters, I talk about death that I've experienced, I'm talking about life, talking about progression, like every single thing that we have to talk about, no matter how light or dark it may be in hindsight, it has all contributed to this project. You know what I'm saying? And apart from people dying, I wouldn't really change any other experience. Right.
So we have, speaking of YouTube, we have a video for Solid. We have a video for A Whole Vibe. There's a video for Capiche, but it's not on the project.
No, Capiche was literally just a single. Yeah, Take My Time is supposed to be a single too. I just haven't.
So what can we expect from you next visually?
Visually, I almost turned this entire project into a visual album. I almost dropped.
Beyonce.
I almost thought about dropping a video to every single song, and it's not too late. But as of right now, as I'm talking to you, Solid and A Whole Vibe is out. Stay the Night. Everything is shot. Everything is All Right is shot.
Okay.
Vowels has been discussed.
Gotta get that shot.
Mm-hmm. In My Feelings has been discussed. King of the Hill has been discussed. So that's what 2, 4, 7 off the 18. I might half the album or visuals.
Okay. A gotta be one of them.
Yeah, A need a video.
That's a party.
Yeah.
That's a party right there.
Yeah.
I can't see it yet, but you know how my mind
See, my
works.
thing is this: I'm not, at the moment, at this time, where we trying to move and we trying to get this done. Like, I can't be waiting on there to be a crowd. As you can see, Solid and Whole Vibe, I had no one. I have fun doing it. I can't. My videographer told me people won't really start going hard to be in the videos till about the 5th or 6th one. So
You're already there.
I got 4 more to go because nobody's really feeling like it when's the next video yet. So nobody's really saying to me like, yo, when's the next video? I'm trying to be in it. So when those type of questions start happening, you know what I'm saying? Then I know that people's trying to start pulling up. So now I can start posting it like video being shot here, pull up if you like. Right now I'm not doing none of that. Right now I'm just giving y'all content. Like
the album release
mm-hmm.
should have been a video.
My videographer had a death in his family. That's why he wasn't there. Shout out to Top Frame Productions and rest in peace to everybody. My videographer he had a death in his family, and I think he found out that day.
Okay.
So should have been a video, a whole recap video of that. I do agree.
Or a music video in general.
Yeah, I could have probably picked a song and be like, y'all do a scene right now.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been
and
a thing.
Build around it.
Mm-hmm.
Told you, my mind works.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Man, I can't afford you right now, though, man. You're expensive, man. More expensive than me. When I took pictures right now. That's how I know.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, just saying, like, but I'm willing to invest. I'm just trying to make it work, man. I'm trying to build a team. Like the Jackpot brand is very, very intricate. It has to be marketed specifically because I can't throw around the Jackpot brand because it's not for everyone. Mm-hmm. And even for those who it isn't for, it's for them, but I have to find a way to make sure that they know it's for them as well. So I'm not drill rapping. I'm literally kind of going against the grain almost. Mm-hmm. So especially being in a New York City environment, I'm kind of going against the grain. So I have to market my music properly to the people that want to hear it. Otherwise, I'll get swallowed up. Pause.
No diddy.
And I would say pause.
No diddy.
Pause, right? But like I would just fall to the wayside or fall in between the cracks. I'll say of the drill. I guess I just get surrounded by that. And shout out to drill music. I don't have anything against it, but that's not my type that I'm presenting. And it's saturated with that right now. So I got to make sure that I'm promoting my music correctly so that it gets the respect that it deserves. Word. So.
All right. So we still got a little ways to go. But when can we expect another project from you? What is your timeline in your head right now?
If Black Cinema Exquisite, if we decide to do a project, that'll probably come around Thanksgiving.
Okay. So we're looking at what,
6 months? Yeah, it'll probably drop. And then after that, I might get real regular with it, like every 3. Like really start
3 years, 3 months?
3 months. Like every 3 months drop. Because this is gonna be the last project that I drop with so many songs on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing 18 anymore.
That was feedback that you got too.
Yeah, some of the feedback that it was a lot. Yeah. I mean, I owe this to my fans. Anybody that has been a fan of my music, no matter how small or intricate or whatever part of the world that you have been in to listen to my music, like I owed it to y'all for after so many years of not dropping tracks to drop this. I'm never gonna regret dropping 18 songs on this. It's never too late for one of these shits to go viral. Never too late for this to get picked up one day like, oh, where's this been? You know what I'm saying? So,
excuse me. So, what is your goal with your music?
What I want to do it right now, I want my music to live forever. So I'm trying to get into sync licensing.
Okay.
When they get on TV shows, in movies, I want to hear my song playing when they're doing the B-roll of the Transformers or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you playing 2K or something, you hear my song in the background. Like, I'm trying to get into permanence.
So you
Permanent.
want to go commercial?
Yeah, I'm trying to ingrain I don't want a permanent mark of my name on this. I want to engrave it.
So, do you want to get signed or do you want to stay independent?
If it works,
Okay.
like I'm getting signed allows me to be able to get certain type of reach, but it has to work. I'm not going in there just to take a check. I'm not like desperate for money, like in a sense where it's like whatever they throw at me, I'm gonna just take it. You know, I still go to work. So, I mean, if it makes sense, if a lawyer looks over it, likes the terminology, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like people be signing and don't have lawyers. Like, don't I get a chance to walk away from this table with this and be like, let me sit on this, let me have somebody look this over before I sign it. So I'm always gonna have an independent lawyer that no one ever like that can't be influenced. Mm-hmm. So I can call them and be like, yo, review this. And they be like, boy, no. You know what I'm saying? So
sign your life.
Would I do that? But if independence started making me, you know, doing this independently and I could start getting paid, like I could get like $5,000 a show right now. And do like 3-4 shows a month.
You quit teaching?
Would I quit teaching? Am I guaranteed that? Are we saying that we're guaranteed that I'm always gonna forevermore be getting this for? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but if I get enough sync licensing, like sooner or later the checks will come in. Yeah. Oh, I could quit this. I'm saying I'm just trying to. You know, I'm willing to work with people. I am coachable. I got some things to teach as well. Like, let's go. Like, you know, I'm ready to just work and everybody wins.
Okay. So speaking of willing to work with other people, who do you want to collaborate with next?
Next, as in just people that I can actually...
Or people that you want to work with in general.
I would love to work with Joyner Lucas.
Real storyteller.
I think Joyner Lucas is a genius. I would love to work with Travis Scott. I would love to work with Kanye West. Kanye West is actually number one on my list, but yeah, he's one of my major influences. I would love to work with Benny the Butcher. Shout out to Griselda and them boys. Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Black Thought from The Roots. Lil Wayne. Rick Ross. Like 50 Cent, Hometown, Nas. I'd love to get on the record with Jay-Z if I had the opportunity to. Like, you know what I mean?
Now what
I
about
love to beat with Dr. Dre. Local right now in front of me. I like what No Rap Money Ox is doing. You know what I'm saying? I like what Jaffe is doing. I like what Kaya Baby's doing. You know, those are 3 people that I feel like are still in the lane of music that I'm presenting. Okay. Like when I hear them rap, I hear I feel like if there was a playlist, all of our songs would be in that playlist together. Like, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to work with those 3 because they're all Queens artists and they're all presenting it in the way that I admire. So I would love to work with those 3. If you're ever watching this, like, I'm ready to go toe to toe with y'all on some of these. Let's go bar for bar, baby.
So, is there anything I haven't asked you that you want to share?
My greatest inspiration is my mom. You know, my mom.
I knew I should have threw that question in.
Mom and my sister. Those are the only 2. Those 2 names are tattooed on my hands because I feel like everything I do it for them. That was the reason behind getting them tattooed on my hands. But yeah, my greatest inspiration is my mom. My greatest influence is Kanye West. You know, at the time, like Kanye West hasn't been like my influence in music because I was listening to music before he came out. But when I decided that I wanted to start presenting music, he was a big influence. Like when I seen that you didn't have to be a gangster rapper and you would still get good recognition. Like he was one of the first people that I seen that like preppy, and I loved it. I just loved the fact that, you know, it was nothing but gangster rappers. And then this dude came out and won a Grammy off this preppy shit. It was fire to me.
So let me backtrack a little bit because the next question was going to be to wrap up. But you usually, so somebody asks you this at the album release. The fedora thing,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that you want to keep consistent as your look and your presentation?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you just you as Mr. Jackpot? Or is Mr. Jackpot supposed to be the bow tie, the button up?
I am all of it.
Okay.
One day you'll see me like this, and the next day the next podcast we do, I might have on a bow tie with a fedora.
Okay.
If you look at my videos, you'll start seeing these videos. They'll have a
bit of
fedora
both.
shot and a non-fedora shot. Like, you know, I am one of those people who has almost mastered the art of being able to walk into every room. I want to present that.
Okay.
I'm good everywhere. Can play my music everywhere. It says rated for everyone
I was wondering
on
why
the
it said
cover.
that too, and I was like,
Every single
he
song
really
I've ever,
didn't curse.
every single project I ever dropped says rated E for everyone on it. If you really look now, look in the corners of all my
Now
covers.
I gotta look back at
They're all rated E. Only song that's explicit is songs that I feature with other people. If it's my record, like I just did a song with Shark Sims, and he cursed on the record. If it's if it's your record featuring me, I don't care. You can curse. If it's my record featuring you,
gotta do some.
then I'm gonna have to make a clean version of the record. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Just so I have a version that can be.
So
dropped.
you would bleep out.
Yeah, so I would drop both
Gotcha.
of them at the same time, one explicit and one clean.
So now,
Because I want to just stick to that for the songs that I do, but I don't want to take away from anyone's musical approach. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So now, what I want to do with this podcast when I do interview people is I want them to leave the table making a promise to themselves. So like I know yesterday I shot episode 2, but this is episode 1. I made a promise to not play with my potential.
Ain't too bad right there. That is not too bad. Promising not to play with my potential. I want to piggyback on that one. We can start with that one. Probably not to play with my potential because I'm fire.
Dang.
We fire, man. Shout out to Rip again. I mean, one time we was having a conversation and he said to me, he said, we need to just do what we do and live how we live and talk about, you know, as from a rapper's perspective, to just talk about our life because we do dope shit. Mm-hmm. Like we live dope lives. We are in dope places. We are connecting with dope people. And we need to just embrace that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I promise to not play with my potential. I promise to not let anyone play with my potential.
There you go.
Because I know I'm fire. You're not about to dumb down my light at all. I feel like I'm better than a lot. And if you feel offended, you're probably one of those that I'm better than. But I feel like I could go toe to toe with the best of them. I feel like I got some good stuff to present to the world. And you're not going to tell me what I should have done, what I could have done, what I should do next time. Because it was fire enough for you to give constructive criticism on it. You know?
Okay.
So I promise to not let anyone, and I ate before this, so don't think I'm just drinking on an empty stomach. My stomach is full, right?
I hope so.
I promise to not let anyone play with my potential. I'm fire. You need a very big extinguisher for this. Very big fire.
So tell them where to follow you.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on? My name is Mr. Jackpot. I represent Jamaica, Queens. Queens get the money. You can find me on all platforms at that Jackpot Life, DAT, Jackpot Life. Jackpot and Life is spelled the way it's supposed to be. On YouTube, it's Mr. Jackpot Music. And you can catch me on the Promising Talk podcast, just chopping it up with Miss Chey K, right? And anywhere you stream music, type in Mr. Jackpot, you know what I'm saying, and I'll come up. And I'm going to end off with, just stay true to yourself, man. There's a lot of ways and influences for you to be easily strayed off of the path that you thought that you wanted to stay on. Stay true to yourself, to the path that you want to go on. I'm not saying don't take advice. It might be some great advice, but stay on your path though. Like, let it work for you. Don't let nobody change the path that you're on. You might have to move over a lane, but you'll still be in the same path though. Be true to yourself.
Nice. You know what? I'm glad you did that, because when you said it, I realized I skipped the question.
Okay.
What your advice was.
Stay true to yourself.
You just did it.
Stay true to yourself, man. That's my advice to everybody, man. You're going to hear me say that on every single interview, too, because that's how I truly feel. Staying true to yourself is one of the most important.
Good.
All right, shout out to Chey. Shout out to Promising Talks Podcast.
You doing this?
Shout out to Mr. Jackpot. Shout out to Nonstop Profit Entertainment Group. Shout out to Could This Be an Album? You know what I'm saying? My project out on 420 right now. Go check that out while you smoking and doing whatever you do on 420 and every other day for the rest of your life. And be good, man.
All right.
Protect our kids, yo.
For sure.
Protect the kids. Protect the kids. We need them. Some of them. All of them.
Yo.
All of them. Most of them.
Woo.
Right.
The good ones.
The good ones. Even some of the mean ones.
Let's continue helping mold the bad ones.
Protect the kids, man. Protect the kids, man.
All right. Make sure y'all follow me on IG, Miss Chey K, MISSCHEY. Don't forget the K.
Mm-hmm.
More content is on the way. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Subscribe on YouTube. Bye, y'all.
Ching ching.
From a city, I'ma hold it down. Don't need your applause, you can keep the crowd. Cause I'm hot, I shit you not. Why any more run? I'm just sitting at the top. It's a tragedy, it's all mad at me. I'm like, fuck you, bitch, you ain't half of me. Fuck the dean and the motherfucking faculty. I wasn't focused on school, man, I had a dream. I wanna see the world, I wanna go on tour. I wanna hit that bitch, what she on all fours. Look at salary, I want a budget. Head on a plane at 30,000 feet is a luxury. Pass that weed, so you sit back, that was going too deep. But if a man calls better, I make a beat. Got the rules of the game for the shorty for the streets. Hey, I don't put in my time. If the game's on the line, then I'm that guy. Don't ask me why I stay high. Well connected, no, don't need Wi-Fi. If I left right now, would they miss me? Put me in the rest somehow, they would diss me. Just give me my flowers, boy. Why your bitch go down and kiss me? Excuse my French, let's keep it class. I'm one of the best if you really wanna ask me. If you did it, I still said it. What you mean? Well, fuck your credit. I'm indebted to his history. Spitting physics and chemistry. Deliberately, I shit it on the beat. I'm living my life. I don't really care when I'm lit for the night. I got a bunch of bad bitches giving me mad kisses. And the next thing you know, with the next missus. Yeah, I got the bag. Let me inspire you, please don't get mad. Either way, I'm living my life. Yep. Either way, I'm living my life. Hey, what's good, man? It's Mr. Jackpot.
And I smashed you on this record, D.
And I'm here.
Come on.
And I smashed you. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. In the name of
So let's understand it. Notice the king has just landed. 9 out of 10, boy, I planned it. Leaving them frantic. Worry about nothing at all. Holding every card like I'm Gambit. I'm who they came here to see. They know I got drive. I'm always prepared for the streets. Know that I'm live. I'm never deceased. Know they got straight. They can't find a crease. I live in a hood that don't show recognition. Where some of them do end up dead or in prison. Others out here looking dead for remission. But someone like me got ahead of the system. Coming back harder like one's in remission. Whoa, that means that I never left. I'm on my sibling with every breath. Protect my sanity with every step. It's time that I show the moves. I learned if you act timid, they will never notice you. I'm better than most of you. That is called confidence. Now I just show and prove. I'll never lose. Those are the rules. You felt the win. You are confused. You're dead and last. That's called caboose. Can't to explain. That's called excuse. I came here to win. They cannot stop it. See it unfold. Not claiming profit. Mixtape and work. Wait till I drop it. Take the hill. Place in my pocket. I'm taking off like a rocket. That means that I'm leaving. y'all. My bank account is composite. That means it was built to ball. Either way, I'm living my life. I shouldn't probably care and I'm lit for the night. I got a bunch of bad bitches giving me mad kisses. Then the next thing you know, I'm with the next missus. Yeah, I got the bag. Let me inspire you, please don't get mad. Either way, I'm living my life. Yep, either way, I'm living my life. Hey.
Can I tell you, I never wanted to manage an artist.
Shout out to D, man.
I never
Rest
wanted to
in
manage
peace,
a
D.
pause, man.
Shout out to you, D. You blessed me with nothing.
I never wanted to
Never
manage
heard
an
a word
artist.
and you blessed me,
But
man.
this
I
nigga make me
respect
wanna
your
manage
shit,
it
man.
so bad.
You held it down, my guy. Never.
Yo, can I ask you
Shout
one
out to
question?
you. No.
Tell you people, everybody looking at the camera right now. Why did you go listen to your shit Saturday?
You should go listen to my song Saturday because hip hop is back. And there's a lot of room for a lot of good. And I'm good.
You did that, Tony. You did that today, yo. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yo,